Okay, great morning, everyone. It is Tuesday, November the 5th. So I'm going to do another of the stylized, I call it the stylized Lenormand reading with tarot. And today we're going to use some cards that are a bit different. We'll see if we can manage through here. I need to turn this over a little bit so that, yeah, there we go. I'm going to use the Nefertari's Tarot, the Light of Egypt, Ramses' Bride, the Nefertari. They're a little more difficult to read, but we'll see if we can navigate through this. The reading this morning is going to be on Rudy Giuliani, the one that went from prosecuting the Italian mafia to becoming a Russian mafia. Okay? So, yes, Trump's henchman in chief. Let's see what he has got going on. So let me see if I can get this turned around, if we can get this all lined up. Let me get these out of the way so I can get this up there as close as I can. I think we've got it all in. Okay, so let me get over here. We're going to start this time. This is Giuliani. Okay. Because he's, the night for Trump out there charging forward, slice and dice, making his deals for Trump. Well, I'm going to start this time with the outcome. Let's start with the outcome this time. Now, let's see. There we go. You can see this. What's down there? I love this moon card. That's the moon. Okay. But here we have the card of karma, the wheel. Okay, it is time again. All of these things with Trump, we keep coming back almost every reading to the karma card and the time. And I think this, their time is running out. Things are starting to move more and more forward. We have Giuliani this time that they are one of his Russian mafia associates is going to turn the tail on him. Okay, so we have the misinformation, the moon card, all the misinformation and the skewing and the fallacy that Giuliani's been giving out. We have the bearing the burden. Okay, now he's stressing about it. And up here we have the Tower card. Okay, Tower moment. Okay, pushing the obelisk. The obelisk is about to tumble on top of them. Okay, so looking at this, we see that he is in a world of hurt, okay? The Russian mafia, his good friend and buddy he had there, is going to be telling the tale. So, Giuliani is in a world of hurt. Tower moment for him. He's worried now. All his misinformation, his lies, his spin, the drama he's been putting out is going to come to light. So what we have here anchoring it is we've got the world here, and we have looking at the temperance, all of his this is like the ace of swords. He's been out there running and kind of been the henchman for Trump's henchman. Okay, so this is what he's been talking about. let me look this up real quick. So it's a little hard to read there at the moment. Good thing I kept these cards out. Oh yes, this is the Hierophant, the government. So the government is going to, again, temper his actions, looking at the dealings with the world and his world outlook and all the stuff he's been doing in there. The government is looking at what he's been saying, what he's been doing, where he's been going. All of that stuff is what we're looking at. Because don't forget, now we have the Russian mafia guy that's going to be telling the tale. So here we have Giuliani. We have his connections that he's doing, these opportunities he's trying to make in seeing what he's cooking up. Okay, this is like 7 Pentacles. It's looking at what he's been trying to cook up when it comes to Trump. This is the Emperor sitting in the place of Trump. He's been his emissary, his ambassador to these places. And he's done it on his own, hermit, okay. So he alone is one of the ones that has been the ambassador. So they're looking at his actions that he's been putting in place for Trump, okay. Because Trump is telling all these people, you need to talk with Giuliani. You need to talk with him, okay. He's my ambassador, okay. So we're looking at the actions that he's done. We're looking at, how he set himself up like the king. And last time, where he was threatening that the woman that's come forward now, okay. So they're looking at this, again, this is his actions with threatening her. This is the emotions bringing together. He was threatening her, okay. And we're looking at the other actions, and this is the card of judgment. So we're looking at, they're going to be judging his actions, and especially when it came to threatening the woman that was the ambassador there, okay. So when we look at over here, when he was sitting in the place of the emperor in Trump's place, basically, he was doing the work of the devil. Here we have the devil. So he was directly speaking for Trump, okay, directly putting out the words that Trump was telling him to do. Again, seeing what they could cook up and temper things. So in this thing, what they were trying to temper was, them looking into the wrong actions. He wanted to get rid of them actually looking into what they were doing. So here we have him sitting again in the place of the emperor as for Trump. So the government is looking at, again, these opportunities he was giving out to, and these other alliances he was offering and making for Trump, in Trump's stead, okay? Because don't forget, they were actually looking into corruption, and he got rid of her so they could do corruption. So this is what they're looking at. They're going to look at Giuliani's part in speaking, sitting in the place of Trump, doing the devil's actions, okay? All the negative things that he was doing for Trump and what he was trying to cook up with tempering, getting rid of the ones that were actually looking into the illegal activities and replacing them with people that would do illegal activities, okay? So over here we have we have Giuliani here basically laying low. We have the Hermit. And this could also be, again, usually this is for the investigation. So let's go this way. This is investigations. The investigating office looking at his strong arm actions he's done. They're going to judge that. So the investigation also looking into what they've been cooking up in the world, where he's been going all over the world, speaking of this deep state conspiracies and drama that he's had going, and basically which feeds into Putin's thing, blame Ukraine. It wasn't Russia, so they're going to be looking at that narrative there. Also looking at his strong arm actions again, speaking about that he was in a position to bring more opportunity to them when it came to releasing the arms. Okay. It's kind of like saying here, you work with me. Okay. So they're looking at his, again, bringing them into Giuliani's part and bringing them into the emoluments thing as well. So in the foundation of it, we have the world judging his actions when it came to, the emotional things and I can't speak this morning. The emotion, and also when it comes to the prosperity, these trying to bring people in, temper things. So the foundation of it is trying to temper so that Ukraine would be, again, looking into Biden. It has to do with all of that type of thing, the Biden thing, and also getting rid of people that were actually looking into corruption and replacing them. Okay, so the world is going to be judging all of his actions that he's done here in trying to temper them investigating, actually doing investigations. So here we have now we have Giuliani here in the center that has acted for Trump and all of his misdeeds he's done, the devil here, misdeeds he's done. They're investigating that. The investigation is going into all the misdeeds and connections that they've had. Here we have, again, the investigators looking at those that were involved with it. Giuliani's actions, his dark actions, okay? And above it, we have, going forward, what they've cooked up. The government is looking at the actions of everything they've cooked up. And again, this is like his strong-arming things that he's done with the sword. He's just been trying to strong-arm people and be like an enforcer in his actions and being an enforcer. And again, basically, we had over here threatening the ambassador that was there. He actually threatened her. Okay. So what we have over here, kind of the clarification for the temperance and the things that were going on with the wheel, the outcome is again looking at the opportunities he was out there presenting, the connections they had involved with it, where he went, actions that he had taken in conjunction with all of that, and what he was saying. His because here we have the page, the one that's bringing the messages, okay? And, this page sometimes can be the spy. So, what all is Giuliani involved with, okay? So they're going to be the investigations are going to be looking into all of these things that Giuliani has been involved with. Sorry about that today. I'm just maybe I sounded a little frazzled today or something. I don't know, just can't get the words out today. But anyway, looking at the whole thing, breaking it down, they're looking at everything that Giuliani was involved with. He's kind of trying to lay low now, but he's still behind the scenes talking this deep state conspiracy and the Ukraine thing and the Russia, and, he still keeps pressuring Ukraine and these other places to go after Biden, okay? Because, let's face it, Putin wants Trump in office, his little lapdog, Trump, and because they want to be able to keep doing their nefarious things here so easily, Trump is putting into office everybody. It's just really feeding into Putin's plan, and he loves it because Trump is tearing the government down from the inside out. Anarchist. So Putin is doing everything he can to keep Trump in, because if there's any way that Trump can get them to say it was Ukraine instead of Russia, then he can lift the sanctions on Russia, and that's the game plan, okay? So, this is why we have to be so vigilant. Basically, we have a president that's controlled by the Russian mob. And he's got his little enforcer, Giuliani, out there trying to lean on people, threaten people, take away the places where they were actually looking into corruption and replacing them with those that can be corrupted, that are corrupted. So it's a mess, okay? And now that we have that one Russian trying to save his own hide, he's, going to give up the goods on Giuliani. Okay, I am sure Giuliani's over there shaking today, because the government, don't forget our little card of the government here, is really going to start leaning on Giuliani and his actions. The bull, trying to be the bull. Like a bull in a china closet, the actions that he was doing when they were out there trying to cook all this stuff up, okay? With him out there trying to strong arm with his talks and his, we have his devilish deeds, okay? Where he was, again, threatening the ambassador that was there. He so they're looking at that, trying to temper some of the actions of Giuliani in his madness. The investigations are going to continue forward. Yes. Trump is going to be facing loss, okay? He is facing loss. He's got the burden now. The burden, I think, that he's got is not only this investigation that's ongoing, but he's being leaned on by the Russian mafia, I'm sure, by Putin and the Russian mafia, okay? So he's in a world of hurt. So again, they're going to be looking at how he was leaning on the ambassador all of those that were involved with this in their money schemes. Again, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. If you look into Biden, I'll release the funds, etc., etc. But judgment is coming down, and the world is watching as his tower begins to crumble and fall, because the wheel is turning, and they will be looking at all the spin, misinformation, the delusional things that he's got going with this deep state conspiracy that he's been feeding Trump, and Trump has been buying into it hook, line, and sinker. Okay? From the spy Giuliani. Giuliani, a little spy, apparently so. Okay, so the little spy card. Okay, so it looks like his actions are going to be tempered pretty soon. Yeah, Giuliani's going to wind up in jail. He'll wind up in jail. Okay, so we're going to sit here and watch the downfall of Giuliani, too. I hope he enjoys his last days in prison. How does he go from, being a prosecutor of the Italian mafia to becoming an agent for Putin, a Russian mafia? Basically, he's Russian mafia now. Anyway, so I hope you got something out of this and it wasn't too confusing. I know I was kind of all over the map here this morning. Like I said, these cards are a little difficult to read because I haven't used them, but I think for one other reading, so I'm going to have to spend some more time with these. But I just wanted to put up something a little different. Always fun to use a little different cards so people can see the cards, see if they like them. Those that are into Egyptology and things may like the Nefertari Tarot. It's a beautiful deck. You got to give it that. It is a lovely deck. Okay, so I'm going to leave this here. Thanks for tuning in. If there's a reading, a topic you want to see done, please let me know. Have a great day, and don't forget to click it for the ticket. That moves my YouTube channel up in the standings a little bit, so it gets viewed a little more. Otherwise, it really gets lost in the shuffle when people are looking something up. Okay, that's the way it works. So I'll see you online. Thanks for tuning in. Aho, have a great Tuesday.